Hey, welcome back to Hot Water Wrestling, and we have a DVD review for you today. Actually, we're going to review two DVDs. The first one up is Rob Van Dam, One of a Kind, and the second one we're going to be reviewing is WWF Hardcore. Start off with One of a Kind, Rob Van Dam. This is a very good DVD. A lot of insight into ECW and kind of how that company grew and changed and eventually was bought by Vince McMahon. It's all through the eyes of Rob Van Dam and his career, but nonetheless you get some insight shed on the company ECW and what it was like for someone going up through the ranks and watching the company actually start small and grow and grow and grow and grow. And from that perspective, it's really cool. Rob Van Dam does give insight into his career. Some of it is just, Van Dam's cockiness talking about a match or an opponent. He can't make up his mind on this DVD about whether or not he wants to be in character or just be Rob Van Dam. So it kind of moves back and forth. You'll be into the story and you'll feel like you're really having a candid sit down with Van Dam himself. And next thing you know, he's kind of in character and he's kind of talking about a match from that perspective. So it gets a little confusing, but nonetheless, it's very entertaining and it contains a lot of really good matches. You have a lot of ECW matches on here. The ones versus Sabu are just phenomenal and they're incredible. And then there's a match where he actually tags up with Sabu from 1997, which is really, really cool. There's an old match with Jeff Hardy from '97 from Raw, which is a really cool thing to see and very rare. And then I want to move into the Chris Jericho match at King of the Ring in 2002, a match I really, really enjoyed. But there's a lot of other matches on here, and if you like Rob Van Dam, this is a no-brainer purchase. And this is something you can get for really cheap on Amazon or half or whatever your favorite online retailer. You can pick it up for under $10 most of the time. A lot of good ECW matches, a lot of variety on this disc, and you have Van Dam talking about a variety of different things. And if you haven't checked out Van Dam's show on Blog Talk Radio, Van Dam has a radio show. It's very interesting. It just doesn't talk about wrestling. He talks about a variety of topics. One of them, obviously, is marijuana. But he talks about a variety of topics, and his show is really interesting and fun to listen to. So if you haven't checked that out, go to Rob Van Dam's official website. I don't know the address by heart, but if you just type Rob Van Dam into Google, his website will come right up. And that'll take you to the Blog Talk Radio. And if you haven't heard it, and if you have iTunes, it's in the podcast. You can subscribe to his radio show. That's actually the way I digest the radio show, is I get it through iTunes and the podcast, and I listen to them when I feel like it. You can go on there and you can get a bunch of them, and they're really cool. And if you don't know a lot about Van Dam or whatever, once you listen to his radio show, you'll actually have more respect for him. So anyways, check this DVD out. It's a great DVD, something you want to add to your collection for sure. This guy's missed. I would love for Rob Van Dam to return to the WWE. He's in my top 3 of guys, if I could choose to come back, this guy would be one of them. The next one I'm going to do, since we're talking about Van Dam and talking about ECW and Hardcore, we're going to review WWF Hardcore. Now this DVD is out of print. It is a WWF DVD. So when you buy it, you won't have any audio pauses, or you won't have any blurred logos or anything like that. It's hosted by Taz, and Taz is in character doing it. It's okay. I mean, he does an okay job hosting it, but you got a lot of cool matches on here. The only complaint I have is that I believe a lot of them come from the same time span. They're all kind of within a few years of each other, so it doesn't span a lot. I was hoping that they would span a lot, but I think their whole idea behind this DVD was to base it around the belt, and the belt hadn't been around for that long. So the DVD obviously didn't span that many years, but the word hardcore, you feel like the Roddy Piper, Greg Valentine match with the dog collar, that's hardcore. The strap match with Sergeant Slaughter, that's hardcore. Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, whoo, that's hardcore. you would want these types of things on there. But actually, to Brock Lesnar, shoot, he wasn't even in the Federation practically when this came out, so forgive me. But anyways, you get the point what I'm trying to say. This is out of print, yes, but it's something you can get for really cheap and you can find easily. It's like $10. It's like 8 something is the average price I've seen it for. But definitely something you want to pick up. It's different. You know, it features different matches on here, different superstars that usually don't really get on DVDs and stuff. You know, like guys like Raven and Test and, you know, Hardcore Holly and Steve Blackman. And remember Steve Blackman? I've all forgotten about Steve Blackman. I just read this. Steve Blackman, shit. The Perfect Weapon, I think is what they call him, right? So, yeah, so, you know, it's neat. Check it out. Makes a good companion piece to Rob Van Dam in its own right. But not a necessity like the ECW, or sorry, like the WCW and Monday Night War, the ones that really go together. But anyways, check both these out. They're both worth adding to your collection. And I'll see you next time on Hot Water Wrestling.